Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're focusing on the PS5 Pro, and we're going to make sure you're getting the absolute most out of your console.
That's right, and we're going to be drawing on a really cool article from T3 about common mistakes people make with their PS5 Pro.
Yeah, even if you don't have a PS5 Pro yet, this deep dive is going to give you valuable insights for when you finally get one.
Exactly. Knowing this ahead of time is going to make you a PS5 Pro expert.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The first mistake is neglecting in-game settings.
It sounds simple, but I bet you wouldn't buy a super high-performance sports car and then just drive it in the wrong gear.
Uh-huh. No way.
Yeah, so think of the PS5 Pro like that car. You got to adjust those settings to really get the most out of it.
Okay, that's a great analogy.
And actually, the article mentions how Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to have simplified settings for the PS5 Pro.
Oh, cool. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what that means for visuals and performance. That makes me think about how many other games I'm probably playing with all this untapped potential.
Right. And speaking of settings, VRR, variable refresh rate, that's one you don't want to miss.
I've heard of VRR, but I don't really know like what it actually does.
Oh, it's super cool. It syncs your display's refresh rate to whatever the console's putting out, and that eliminates screen tearing.
Screen tearing, I guess I've seen that, right?
Yeah, it's like when the image looks like it's kind of like splitting or stuttering.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, VRR completely eliminates that. Super smooth, buttery gameplay, especially in those, fast-paced action games. It's really noticeable.
So how do you like turn that on? Is it hard?
It's actually not hard at all. It's usually just in your PS5 Pro display settings. The hard part is actually figuring out the best settings, for your games and your display.
So I probably need to like Google it or something.
Yeah, but trust me, it's worth it.
Okay, next up, and this is one I'm definitely guilty of, not optimizing your audio setup.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about the audio when you're focused on the amazing graphics.
Yeah.
But audio makes such a huge difference. Like, it really adds to the immersion. And we're not just talking about having a great headset. We're talking about a full surround sound experience.
Okay, hold on. I always get a little lost when it comes to like EARC and HDMI and all that.
I know. It sounds complicated, but I promise it's really not. They're just, ways for your PS5 Pro to talk to your sound system,
Okay.
to send those high-quality signals. But one thing that I learned the hard way is that every setup is going to be a little different.
Oh, so true.
So don't be afraid to, experiment with the audio settings.
What are some of the settings that I should be experimenting with?
Well, you've got linear PCM and bitstream. Those are some of the big ones. They both have their pros and cons depending on your setup.
Okay.
But honestly, once you get it dialed in, it's amazing. It's like having your own personal theater.
You've sold me. I'm going to have to tweak my audio settings as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, you're going to love it. Now, the last mistake people make, and this is one I have some strong feelings about,
Yeah.
is not getting the disk drive.
Yeah.
The move to all digital is, convenient.
I mean, I'm a little old school. I like browsing the shelves at the store.
Yeah, there's something to be said about having the physical disc.
Yeah. I like sharing games with friends, too. Sometimes it feels like with downloads, you're missing out on that aspect.
Right.
But the T3 article mentions that you can actually get an external PlayStation 5 disk drive.
Yeah, and it works really well. You just plug it in, and it's like you have the regular console.
And that way you get the best of both worlds.
Exactly. You can still enjoy physical media. You can save money on used games.
Plus, you get a 4K Blu-ray player built in.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
So you can watch movies. It really becomes an all-in-one entertainment hub.
Okay, so before we move on, let's just quickly recap the 3 mistakes we've talked about.
Sure.
So, first of all, don't neglect those in-game settings.
You really got to spend some time in there, especially, VRR.
Yeah, VR is huge.
Second, don't settle for basic audio.
Right.
Spend some time tweaking those audio settings, experiment with different output options, and really, unlock the full potential of your sound system.
Yeah, it's worth the effort.
And finally, if you're thinking about going diskless, really consider that external disk drive option.
Yeah, it's really the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive even deeper into some of the lesser-known features of the PS5 Pro. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. We're going even deeper with the PS5 Pro, and we're going to uncover some of those hidden features that, maybe you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it's all about taking your PS5 Pro experience to the next level. There's so much you can customize.
Ooh, customization. I love it. Tell me about some of these hidden gems, like secret menus or something.
All right, well, how about game presets?
Game presets. Okay, I'm intrigued. What's that? So basically you can set like your preferences for things like the difficulty level, or you can choose between performance mode and resolution mode. You can even prioritize frame rate or resolution, like at a system level.
Wait, so you're telling me if I want like super smooth gameplay and I don't care as much about the resolution, I can just make that like my default?
Exactly. It's like you're fine-tuning your PS5 Pro
Yeah.
to perfectly match how you like to play games.
Yeah.
And the best part is you don't have to mess with the individual game settings every single time.
That is so cool. I'm already thinking about all the different ways I could set that up for different types of games. Like for a shooter, I'd probably crank the frame rate, but for a big open world game, maybe resolution is more important.
Exactly. It's like having a custom-built PC, but,
Yeah.
without all the hassle.
Right. Okay, what else? What else is there?
Okay, this one's maybe not as flashy, but still super important. The built-in screen reader.
Oh, wow. The screen reader. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever even used that.
It's really cool. It's designed for, players with visual impairments. So the screen reader can actually read menus and, in-game text, and it'll even like give you audio cues.
So it makes the PS5 Pro accessible to pretty much everyone.
Yeah, it's really great to see that kind of attention to detail.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's talk about something that I think every gamer struggles with: storage management.
Oh, yeah. Storage is always an issue.
Hey, every game these days is like 100 gigabytes.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm constantly having to delete games to make room for new ones.
Well, I have a pro tip for you.
Hmm?
Did you know you can actually use external USB hard drives to store PS4 games?
Wait, really?
Yeah. So you can just offload some of those older games, free up space on your PS5 Pro's SSD.
Oh, that's a great idea. And then I can still play those games off the hard drive.
Exactly. And you won't really notice any difference in performance.
That's awesome. Now, I have heard about these things called M2 SSDs. They sound pretty intense. What are those all about?
Okay, so imagine like a superhighway for data. Like that's what an M.2 NVMe SSD is. They're ridiculously fast.
Right.
So if you install one of those in your PS5 Pro, loading times are basically gone.
Wow. So that's the ultimate upgrade if you just hate waiting?
Pretty much. It's like a whole new level of speed.
Okay, that is going on my wish list. Now, the DualSense controller is already amazing, but did you know that you can actually adjust the like the intensity of the haptic feedback and stuff?
Yeah, you could actually go into the PS5 settings and like fine-tune how strong the haptics are, how much resistance the triggers have.
So if like some games are a little too intense for me, I can just like tone it down a bit.
Exactly. Find the perfect setting for, your own preferences.
Wow, we have covered a lot today. I feel like I'm learning so much.
Me too.
Okay, so quick recap. We talked about game presets.
Yes.
We learned about the screen reader for accessibility, which is awesome.
Super important.
We covered storage options, and we even got into tweaking the DualSense controller. All right, but we are not done yet because up next, we are talking about the world of online gaming on the PS5 Pro.
Yes. Get ready to dominate the competition.
All right, welcome back. It's time to talk about online gaming, which, let's be honest, is a huge part of the PS5 Pro experience.
It is, and there are definitely some things you can do to, really optimize your online experience.
Yeah, like what's the first thing I should be thinking about if I want to like dominate online?
Okay, tip number 1, wired connection.
So you're saying like ditch the Wi-Fi, plug straight into the router.
Yeah, I mean, I know Wi-Fi is convenient, but for the absolute best performance, wired is the way to go.
It's all about minimizing that lag, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially for, those competitive games where every millisecond counts, you really want that stable connection.
Okay, so wired connection, check. What else?
Okay, well, you can't really talk about online gaming without talking about PlayStation Plus.
Oh yeah, PlayStation Plus. I've always been a little fuzzy on like what all it includes.
Sure. So first of all, it gives you access to online multiplayer for most games. That's the big one.
Right.
But it also has a bunch of other perks, like you get free games every month.
Wait, free games like every month?
Every month. And they're often pretty good games, too. It's a great way to discover new stuff.
That's amazing.
And you also get cloud storage for your game saves.
Oh, that's so important. I'm always worried about losing my progress.
I know, right? It's like peace of mind.
Total peace of mind. Okay, so Anything else about PlayStation Plus that I should know?
Oh yeah, actually, if you have PlayStation Plus, make sure you check out the PlayStation Plus collection.
The PlayStation Plus collection? What's that?
It's basically a bunch of, like, classic PS4 games that you can download and play for free if you have PS Plus.
What? That's insane. Like, how many games are we talking?
It's a pretty big collection, and it's, a great mix of different genres.
I had no idea. I'm definitely going to check that out. Okay, so now I'm online. I've got my PlayStation Plus all set up. How do I, connect with friends?
Well, the party system on PS5 is really good. You can, create parties, you can chat while you're playing different games.
Oh, yeah. Party chat is the best. It makes it so much more fun to play with friends.
Totally.
Yeah.
You can even share your screen with friends so, they can see what you're doing.
Oh, that's cool. And of course, you can't forget about the share button.
Right. You can just capture those amazing moments and share them with everyone.
It's so easy to, grab a screenshot or a video clip and just, show off your skills.
Or your fails.
Haha, yeah. Or those epic fails. Okay, I think we've covered pretty much everything there is to know about the PS5 Pro. We talked about optimizing settings, we got into some of the hidden features, and we even covered online gaming.
Yeah, I think we've given everyone a pretty good roadmap to getting the most out of their console.
Absolutely. And remember, the key takeaway here is it's all about customization, right?
Yeah, you got to explore the settings, experiment, and really figure out what works best for you.
Exactly. So go forth and conquer the world of PS5 Pro gaming. And hey, if you discover any cool tips or tricks, share them with us and help other players level up their experience.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.